when I'm choreographing a new ballet, a new work, I really rely on the dancers a lot because I'm not someone who goes home and sits in my living room and practices a few steps and then goes in and say, do this. But so I'd rather push the dancers around and get them to do it because I think when you choreograph, it's like making a suit for someone. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't look good. So you pull them in different directions. Da-da-dee. Oh, that was fun when she did that back. Da-da-dee. So you're still moving, looking at her dancing. She's so fabulous, it makes you move on your places. Okay.
Yeah, working on a new work is very different from working on something that's already been choreographed. It's all unknown by both the dancers and the choreographer, and so we are all in the studio all day. When we're working on something that's already been choreographed, you get called in, this hour you'll have your pas de deux call, this hour will be your solo call, but when it hasn't been created, we don't know what we're being called for. So there's a lot of together time, and I think it's really good bonding time for us all. It's really good to see what everyone is working on, and this way Ben can sort of see how fast one act is going, or he can leave it and move on to something else, and so that's a major difference.
I think it's unique that we get to see every little part of the process with the choreographer, in this case our artistic director Ben Stevenson. We learn so much from him, and I think that's extremely special to have that opportunity to witness the entire process from the top all the way to the end.
Working in the studio, it's a little bit different. Like we might set a section, and we'll run a chunk of it, and then the choreographer might go back and go, okay, well, I kind of like that, but I don't like this bit, and I don't like. So there's a lot more kind of tinkering going on as we go through it, because he's telling this huge, long story. So it's not just learning the steps. He's got to keep progressing it every day, like add a little bit more, add a little bit more. So there's lots of different layers to it.
I think Midsummer Night's Dream is a difficult ballet to do because it's a difficult story to do as a ballet because it's a difficult story. So somehow when you don't have words, somehow you have to invent a lot of ways that you can get the message across with mime and with acting. Oh! Go to it again.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, no, that wasn't as good as last time. That's sometimes fun, the fun part of it too, thinking of different ways that you can make the characters come alive without words.
I feel like really essential things to have when you're telling a story are really developing the characters and having the time for the character to either mature and learn a lesson or maybe fall in love or fall out of love. And I think it's really important to have that amount of time and really see the character progression. And I think that's something that you really need just to make a good ballet.
Getting to originate a role in one of Ben's full-length ballets is a dream come true. Dancing in his full-length ballets is my very favorite part of my job, and I've gotten to dance so many of his full-lengths, but never gotten to be a part of the creative process until now. Getting to watch him work with all the dancers individually, sort of cater to their strengths and be one of those people too. It's really been, such a dream.
Describing my character to someone would be pretty easy. I start off as a drunkard, so I come on totally wasted. I'm just drinking, having a good time with my buddies. I come on, we all dance. Then I go pass out in the back and I get turned into a donkey. So, I just kind of draw from some animalistic little hooves and just go around, and it's pretty easy for me. Well, Buck is like a fun, loving, quick-witted sprite or angel or fairy or jester type. And he represents the power of magic, the nature of dreams. And he triggers and sets a lot of the scenes in the entire ballet. Buck has this one element that is the magical flower that contains a love juice in it.
which can be spread in a sleeping person's eyelids to make that person fall in love with the first thing he or she sees upon waking.
Yeah.
And then it lean
Yeah,
in when
yeah,
I do
like-
this. But
But you mean thing, you mean...
do I say that?
No, you can go. I'll give it to you. Yeah, that's better. I work with children in the Nutcracker a lot. You know, we have a lot of children in that. But this one, little boy Ian, is the first time I've worked with him. And you always have to sort of get them to know the story. It's a difficult story for them to understand. But he's a smart boy, and so somehow I think he'll be very cute in it. You know, he's tiny and exactly right for that little part he has to do. Someone did ask me if it was a ballet you could bring children to, and it certainly is. I mean, I think the whole family would enjoy it.